Yeah, I gotta stop eating a little bit. Nah. I'd like to thank the Heavenly for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to sit back here in the studio. Get ready to get some stuff together. I'm supposed to be having my little nephew. Not my little nephew. He's taller than me. Supposed to be having my nephew come over and, we supposed to be, maybe his pop come over and we're going to experiment on him playing on some tracks with his bass guitar. I'm going to make a track. Show him how I make tracks over here. And then see about putting them on the track, right? So it's Grammy time. Got my Grammy notification last night. It's time to get busy so we can get ready to have this bad boy submitted and ready to go by September voting time. So we're going to start this album right now. Never know. I worked on the album last year. I got the album done in a month. Well, it sounds like it. No, it sounds excellent, but I didn't have a chance to promote it, so it didn't have a chance. Plus we have P. Diddy, P. Doney, P. Stupid, put his doggone music, his love album in the category that he never put in the category before. I think there must be another hookup he got, because he got to put the freaking album in the progressive R&B category. They never had a progressive R&B category. But I guess he probably figured there's no way he was going to get a nomination in the regular R&B category. So he submitted his flub album, his freaky album, his freak off album in the goddamn progressive R&B. So us who really do progressive R&B, which doesn't sound like regular R&B you hear on the radio, like my music and a couple other guys I know in Philly, because we all went in, you know what I mean? What's that boy name? Glasper. I think Glasper had a song in that category. My man, trombone player, how I forget his name? That's my homeboy. Yeah, he had his album in that category. We had an album in that category, man. How are we gonna go against freaking Puff? And then he ended up winning the freaking Grammy nomination. Really? Well, now we know what's going on. Are we surprised? And they made a category just for him so he can make sure he won a Grammy? Come on, man. What is wrong with this computer? I'm trying to shut down this app, man. This app will not shut down on this computer. Anyway, there's always technical issues back here. I found I got another technical issue with this joint right here. I'm getting ready to, I'm just going to turn this computer off because it's just this photo editor. I'm going to delete that and make sure I got to deal with that anymore. It's not like I haven't been back here every day doing something. So, I shouldn't be having any issues with stuff back here. But right now, I actually am, and I don't like it. But in the meantime, we're going to listen to this. Check this song out. What is poppin'? RaJuR D Cool back in the lab. Had to get something off my chest. This track is Van Glorious, and I hope my friend likes it.
Bars.
Hey, buddy, this is for you, my friend. Chill. RaJuR D Cool. We ready to drop this track. Yeah, Philly got to recognize or not. It don't make a difference. We know what we do back here in the lab. Rock the House Studios, the Hollow Media Group, LLC. Chill. This intro is old fire. I can make a diss track in about an hour. In fact, I wrote this third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They claim they didn't know I'd be in my 10 albums. How in the world did the Grammys hear your vocals? RaJuR D Cool, always putting on the locals. I show support, then they treat me like a joker. Wait for the mic, cause they know I'm gonna smoke em. You told me on the phone that I couldn't be a feature, but when your crowd's on E, it's Roger, I need you. You used to be king, now you're begging for donations. And at the same time, I'm in heavy rotation. I became who I am for this exact reason. While working 36 to 100,000 yearly easy. Working for the majors, cause they say they need me. Building up a pension, the heavenly precedes me. Do it. I didn't want to do it. They made me do it. I didn't want to 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 write
Music ain't no ditty. I never signed a record deal because it was itty. Now I'm accomplished, I found I had these haters. It's time to leave filthy more sooner than later. Once upon a time you used to call me to the stage, make some stupid intros trying to take my clout away. Limited my time after waiting 2 hours. Turning down my walk around, you gotta take my power. Who told you was funny? Nobody's laughing. Dressing like you couldn't find a fitted KG fashion. I'm looking on the interwebs, I couldn't find your profile. They was old school artists, I hope they change your lifestyle. Show up in my lab, oh Raj, can you help me? I show up at the mic, you proceed to disrespect me. Trying to be a legend, a Philly hoop phenomenon. The least you can do is try to set you up for Patreon. Trying to say, y'all.
I didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it, y'all.
I didn't want to do it.
What? Yo. They made me do it.
I didn't want to do it. Me do it.
How many times do I need to feed the tip jar? Hoping that $1 will help you pay the band. I was getting weak, could you play the same old riffs? But when you wanna step it up, I give you some free tips. It's getting really corny with these open mic monopolies. Full of YouTube wannabes feeling they got power. Obvious you haven't done an album in for never. Never. Thought I'd try to use another language you understand. How many open mics will do until you run out of land? 2 years ago they let you go, you're struggling ever since. Thought that will humble you, old dog, same tricks. I can make a diss track about an hour. In fact, I wrote the third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They came to didn't know I'd be about 10 albums.
Baby.
I didn't do it. At the mixing board, playing this ad-lib.
I guess you want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Get it?
I didn't want to do it.
We gonna see how far.
Come on.
How far them clown shows
I
go.
want to do it.
We'll
Be for never.
You would think that they making major money.
Hey, yeah. La 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 la
La.
la la la.
I guess they're pretty rich. Maybe I should start my own open mic.
Hollow need a studio.
I don't know.
Jamming in the studio. Make
I
this
think I'll
track.
just go out to the burbs and start showing my talent.
Much too easy.
Yeah. Chill. By the really cool.
Remix.
They dropped this diss track. Yeah, Philly got to recognize or not.
Yeah.
It'll make a difference. We know what we do back here in the lab. Rock the House Studios, the Hollow Media Group, LLC. Chill. This intro is on fire.
Forgot about this track.
I can make a diss track about an hour. In fact, I wrote this third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They came they didn't know I'd be in about 10 hours. How in the world did the Grammys hear your vocals? RaJuR really cool, always putting on the logos. I show support, they treat me like a joker. Wait for the mic, cause they know I'm gonna smoke.
In the house.
Be a feature, but when your crowd's on E, it's RaJuR, I need you. You used to be king, now you're begging for donation. And at the same time, I'm in heavy rotation. I became who I am for this exact reason. While working 36, 100,000 yearly easy. Working for the majors, cause they said they need me. Building up a pension, the heavenly proceeds.
Remix. Me do it.
Do it.
La 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 la.
Remix. They made me do it. I didn't wanna do it. I didn't wanna do it. Hey, I didn't wanna write this. My music ain't no ditty. I never signed a record deal because it just was itty. Now I'm accomplished. I found I had these haters. It's time to leave filthy more sooner than later. Once upon a time you used to call me to the stage, make some stupid intros trying to take my clout away. Limited my time after waiting 2 hours. Turning down my walk around, you gotta take my power. Who told you was funny? Nobody's laughing. Dressing like you couldn't find a fitted KG fashion. I'm looking on the interwebs, I couldn't find your profile. They were old school artists, I hope they change your lifestyle. Show up in my lab, oh Raj, can you help me? I show up at the mic, you proceed to disrespect me. Trying to be a legend, a Philly hoop phenomenon. The least you can do is try to set you up a Patreon. Trying to say, y'all.
Remix.
I didn't want to do it, y'all.
I didn't want to do it.
Do it. Me do it. How many times do I need to beat the tip jar? Hoping that $1 will help you pay the band. I was getting weak. cause you play the same old riffs. But when you wanna step it up, I give you some free tips. It's getting really corny with these open mic monopolies. Full of used to wannabes feeling they got power. Obvious you haven't done an album in forever.
Warning! Open mic.
Never. Thought I'd try to use another language you understand. How many open mics will do until you run out of hands? 2 years ago they let you go, you're struggling ever since. But that will humble you, old dog, same tricks. I can make a diss track about an hour. In fact, I wrote this third verse chilling in the shower. People wanna know if I possess some superpowers. They came and didn't know I'd be in my 10 albums. They
Live remix.
me do it.
Roger would be cool. Get it.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
Yeah. Your
Roger
song is
remix.
next. The next open micer. Yeah, your song is next. Get ready. I'm just gonna pick it out my hat. I'm gonna put all of them in here. I'm gonna pick them out. I ain't got to even say a name.
Open mic mafia.
But you will be next.
Open mic
And
mafia.
you know them.
Support
Kinda
open mic mafia.
talk about you.
Hey, the open mic mafia. I ain't the only one. The open mic mafia. Go. Open mic mafia.
We get
The open mic
in the
mafia.
studio.
I ain't the only one.
Jamming in the studio.
Open mic.
Track in the studio. Jamming in the studio.
I ain't the only one complaining about the open mic mafia. No matter where they at. North, west, east, south Philly, don't matter. Outside of Philly, don't matter.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, I'm just standing up for them like Jaguar Wright, standing up for those who are manipulated by Puff Pity, Skip Skitty. I'm here for the people who tired of open mic.
That's right, we tired of y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all wanna sing all night.
Step your game up.
Ain't no open mic.
Be fair to people.
You ain't
while
fair.
keep making songs.
It's about you. And you ain't doing nothing. Making open mic. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to do an open mic unless you got a freaking album out or something. You know what I mean? Done something in your life. Out of here, man. But let's woosah back down, Raj. Let's talk about being back here in the lab. So, at this point, what I was going to do is start to create a track. I got some other business I have to take care of. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and handle this business. And then when my homie, my little young boys come back tonight, or later on, then I'll do something. I'm going to have to buy some mice. Not them kind of mice. For my laptops. I have so many laptops around here. And they all need go with this drilling. And that's another reason I ain't even bothered to start even doing anything. Because these dumb-dumbs to start drilling. And hopefully these, yeah, I got the freaking Bluetooth mouse, they don't even be working half the time. So I got some off-scun mics. Some German dips. We're going to use these. I need one out there. And I needed one back here, but I'm going to use this one. I got this, I don't know. Let me plug this in. Maybe this will be better than the other one. Let me see. So what y'all up to? Talk to me. Leave a comment down below. Donovan is here. Donovan hit me up. You know what I mean? Donovan hollered at his boy. You know what I mean? Bars. But what are y'all doing today? What y'all doing? Yo, don't let nobody tell you that you ain't doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I just think we all got stuff we can be doing besides capping. You know, it's like, it's crazy that I got the feed. Everybody got a Facebook feed. And everybody want to be a star. Everybody want to try to get lucky and get a viral post so they can have people paying them attention. Most of you people don't have nothing to pay attention to. Don't be in a position that you don't have nothing to pay attention to, but you always find yourself trying to cap off other posts from other people like, yeah, I'm going to cap on that post. No, I don't cap on nobody's post. Because what happens is a lot of y'all is capping on Diddy, and y'all love Diddy, and y'all like, no, he didn't do that. It's just another attack on a black man. Another attack on a black man. Look, man, at this point in time in life, if you're an old head like me, black men ought to attack themselves. Black people in general need help. Black people in general don't need help when it comes to being attacked. Make sure my mouse is working. They don't need no help. You know what I mean? We've been destroying ourselves for years. Give us a little something, we just take it and just destroy it. And the thing about it is, And by the way, I'm wearing this again today because I didn't really do anything yesterday. I went out briefly and I came right back in the house. I went and got my food that I cooked for dinner last night, my veggie meal, and that was it. I was out. This is Nevertus Bot Lava Royal. This thing is crazy. Very, very good. I know I don't have the greatest light in the world, but I don't care. You know. But anyway, it ain't about that. It's about the music. So, but I like fragrances too. Y'all know I started out doing this, and people was like doing fragrances 100 years ago. Like, oh yeah, we need you to do the top 15 of your collection. I'm not doing it no more. You got 5,000 people now want to be fragrance gurus, and y'all go ahead on and have at it, bro. Have at it. I don't have no time. I'm not trying to be the best guru ever. My respect comes from people who look at a video that happened like 5,000 years ago and they be hitting me back. And come on, dog. I ain't in it for that. I'll never be in it. I never was in it. Cameron's interview to see. Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. What? Cameron had an interview on CNN? Well, you know, we like to do that too. We like to go and embarrass ourselves on the news station that really don't care about black folk. They hire a couple, then they fire them as they use them. That's just like anything else in Hollywood. Again, that's why I never want to have a record deal. I never want to have anything to do with Hollywood. Nothing, because I knew what it was. Hollywood is an evil freaking substitution for something that's satanic. I forgot what they call it, but Holly is from the Holly tree or something like that, and they worship that stuff, man. And Hollywood alone, but people can't wait to get out there. And then they find themselves in a Diddy cage. Black women should be ashamed of themselves too. I mean, the fact that you're out there, you're putting fake makeup on and all this stuff. Now you're talking about the freaking Caucasian woman over this system. This system was natural. There's just so much stuff going on there. I'm not even going to involve myself in it because it's foolishness. And black people love to be foolishness. Every time they think that somebody attacking one of theirs, and then when they find out one of theirs is garbage, then all of a sudden they back off the wagon. Black people don't know what wagon they want to be on. They want to be on this wagon one day. As soon as they find out somebody was really digging, done something wrong, then they want to throw them on the bus. Black people like to bring people up so they can bring them down to their level. And then they can say, see, I told you. But when you were swinging on the job, or you was biting on nipples, everything was fine. Oh yeah, girl, go ahead, girl. And there's some more. Jaguar about to tell some more stuff. Because remember, y'all was calling Jaguar crazy. Jaguar crazy. Come out, Jag, my girl from Philly. We the only one had our pictures together in the back of a club. It actually was called the VIP room at Chuck's Alibi. It was Jaguar right picture and my picture up in that room. Holla at your boy. So anyway, yeah, black people love to have people up just to bring them down. Anybody just, if they ain't doing nothing, people try to live off cap. They just want to live off cap. Oh, watch me. I'm a cap. I'm a capper. Not a capper in college, but just a freaking capper. Love to cap and love to try to live off other people's stuff. What is this? Keyboard setup. I don't need a keyboard setup. Bye. I'm sorry, I be talking inanimate objects like computers and with dishcloths. I talk inanimate objects. Call me what you want, but I do it, and I'm proud of it. Because they're going to understand me around here. I don't care whether it's a bar of soap. You're going to understand me around my place. This is my house. What are your thoughts on the Roots promoting the jab? Well, again, there's some other cats who sold out. I only know one guy from the Roots, and I knew him when he was a teenager. His initials are JP. And I met him a long time ago. I met him before he even got famous. And, they got to do what they got to do, man. They part of the network now. They got to sell out. They got to sell out, and they don't care. They're at a point, they done been to mansion parties. They know what it is. They done seen the mansion party. They probably done been to mansion parties. Who knows? And that's cool. I just thought, when the main dude, I knew he was going to flip, though. I knew that Quest dude was going to flip. I never dug that guy. I never dug him from the day one. I saw him. I never dug him. There used to be a Larry Gold's studio. There's a studio called Larry Gold back in the day down on 4th and Collar Hill. And they had a little space up in Larry Gold's spot. And I met them primarily real quickly, you know what I mean? But like I said, the main guy who's playing with them now on whoever show they on, whatever sellout show they on, because he bent over too. He's on Saturday Night Live. If you was saying that live, you got bent over. So it is what it is. But Yeah, what's that guy named? Fallon? Yeah, the Fallon dude. You know he got his thing turned tossed. Well, man, these cats, man, I don't want to be talking about this stuff, man. I mean, I met enough people to know that I wouldn't want to be around them. I didn't want to be none of that. I didn't want to, like I say, I didn't want to be in Hollywood. I didn't want to be nowhere. Everything I was able to do, I was able to do back here, and I'm satisfied with what I got. Because all the people who used to have money ain't got a dime now, including Cameron. Cameron ain't got no money. What happened to the other dude who had the car joint, who used to call Exhibit? Ask Exhibit how much money he got now. They throw black people out there till they can use them up. Once they use them up, they get rid of them. See, ain't nobody using me. You can't use me. You can't use me. Just like all these open mic wannabes out here. You know what I mean? They got a little something going. They being used. They being used. Blah, 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 blah. They ain't going nowhere with it. They're going to be right down there in the hood, 80 years old, and still doing open mic night with nothing accomplished. And they're happy with that. They're happy just being, right, Philly hood phenomenons. That's what they're used to that. That's all they shoot for themselves. They don't have any other ambitions. And if they do have them ambitions, you ain't going to see it anytime soon. Because they're getting tossed on little baby stuff. Instead of trying to get down with big stuff, they rather deal with hood rat stuff. I mean, look, I'm not adding nothing against the organizations. I'm cool with the organizations. I'm cool with them. But, you know, it should be questionable about the people they bring into the organizations, talking about they freaking open mic nights and stuff like that. And obviously, I knew one they used to have open mic night up at this one particular place. They got rid of them. They got rid of a couple of people up there capping, thinking they was famous, thinking they was better than everybody. You know what I mean? And look at them now. They ain't got nothing. Still trying to get $50 a night. You get $50 a night. I mean, some of them older than me. You ain't got no pension? Yeah, oh, okay, well, you know. Maybe you got some money. Maybe you got some savings. Maybe you saved up some money to do what you have. That's good for you. Good for you. But to never have worked a day in your life, I mean, that's a choice that people take. You know, they try to pull me into that. My story of Boys to Men. My man, JC, calls me. I'm on the trolley. I'm driving. I started working for SEPTA a good year. And I was on the trolley, and they used to play. Here's the story behind Boys to Men Band. You want to know what it is? I'll tell you the Boys to Men Band because I knew just about all of them. So, Scam Nightly. So, the Boys to Men Band themselves was discovered in North Philly on 22nd and Allegheny. I lived on 24th and Allegheny. And at that particular point in my life, I just got out the Navy and whatsoever, so I wasn't really trying to be involved with that situation. But I would go around there. I didn't know anything about open mic nights until that situation. And a couple guys I grew up with was a part of that situation around. The place was called Broadnecks. So the place was called Broadnecks. So various members of this group that I know and I know well got swooped up by the manager, who's a Muslim guy, of Boys and Men. And the reason they got swooped up, because he knew they weren't in a union. They weren't in a union, so he didn't have to pay them union scale or using wage. So, and this is later on after afterthought, after me finding out how the game worked. So they just, all right, cool. Yo, we're going on tour with Boys and Men. Bada big. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, bro. But no big deal to me. I was working the SEPTA. I was making money. I was driving a trolley up and down the line. I was getting a steady paycheck because I was looking to get a pension like my father did when he was around. And my father never got a pension, but my father worked for 30 years. That's what his son does. Now, I'm not sure of anybody else who didn't have a father that gave them anything to look up to. When it came to that, they were looking to the hood, and they didn't think that they had to work 35 years. They thought they can go the easy route, and I can do this, and I become famous, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. So, Boys and Men story takes off. Boys and Men Band came out of Broadnecks on 22nd and Allegheny. And like I said, I knew all of them. So, he called me, he said, Raj, where you at? I said, well, I'm on the trolley, dog. You know, at the time we had phones. And, or did we have phones? It might have been a pager or something like that. And you put I'm going to meet you. I said, well, I'm about to be at Germantown and Erie. And I usually get a big giant load there. So I knew I can talk. I just wait for them, the 56, the 23, not the R, the X, the XH. They all jumping on the trolley to go up G-Town Avenue, right? So I'm sitting there, so I ain't gonna lie, I got off the trolley because I was taking a break, and my man was like, "Yo, man, do you want to play guitar with Boys to Men? We need a guitar player." I'm like, okay. Continue. He's like, "Yeah, well, we get ready to go on tour. They want a guitar player, and so on and so forth." Now, they used to have a guitar player, but what had happened was that guitar player, who I know very well, we're not really retired because he ain't work a lot in his life either, but he's working for an organization down in Florida now. Real good guy. Got me into high-end guitars, got me into this high-end stuff. I always had the good gear. So when it came to guitars and stuff, he had me buying $3,000 guitars, $4,000 amplifiers I was collecting, and all that stuff. But nevertheless, he was playing, then he got into a disagreement. And I understand that because they was going on tour, and just from what he told me, the band that went on tour, they was on tour with Janet Jackson at one time, right? And he said he asked the musical director how much they was getting paid for the Janet Jackson hit. And they was getting paid like, what do you say, $5G a night or something like that? Each member. Or the MD, he was the musical director. And he's getting paid like either $2,500 or $5G. At that time, that was nice money back then, But because they weren't in the union, he ain't had no way of demanding that, oh, I want the same thing that Janet Jackson, musical director, getting. You're not going to get that. That's not why they hired you. They hired you because you're not a part of a union. You can't fight back. You're going to get what you're going to get. You out here on the road. You're enjoying it. You liking it. You meeting all the honeys and whatsoever. But see, he wasn't that kind of dude. He had a honey already. He just wanted to make that money and do his thing. And he was making money anyway because he always hustled, building guitars for people, building pedal boards. He always had some loot coming in, and then he'd work at a certain place, that dealt with stuff like that. So he had money coming in. That's why when he wasn't getting paid what he thought he was getting paid, he left. So then my man, who I grew up with, and this young man, I known him forever. When we had a band back in the day, we were 16, 17 years old. He was like 13, 14 years old, but he can play drums like a mug. He nice keyboard player now too. He does both, drums and keyboards. Very nice player. And he wanted to be in our band. Hey, bro, you too young. You can't be in our band. I mean, we was only like 16, 17, whatever, too. Playing at these little hole in the wall spots, man. But we liked it, man. We liked it. Block parties. But he was just too young. He couldn't get in the bars. He looked like he was too young, so he couldn't get in the bars. Well, this gentleman actually ended up playing with Boys and Men and being the musical director. This is the young man that came up to me one day and said, "Yo, would you like to play guitar with Boys and Men?" I said, "Well, how much are they paying?" He said, "Well, somewhere around $1,500. I'm like, "Well, are they paying $1,500 for the whole tour, or they paying $1,500 a night?" He said, "Well, we don't have all the information right now, but it's probably going to be at least $1,500 a night," which that's what it should be. They're paying $1,500 for a whole tour, and you traveling on trains and planes, all that stuff. I mean, I guess they take care of all that for you, eating and stuff. But whatever. I'm like, "Well, bro, I just started working for SEPTA not too long ago. I can't take off from SEPTA to go on tour and keep my job." And here we go. 36 years later, 37 years later. Yeah, I made the right choice. Because I'm getting a pension and Social Security. So I ain't got to hustle. And I don't need nobody to help me hustle. Even though it would be nice to have a woman in my life that had benefits and all that stuff. For herself, because I had benefits. So I'm straight because I retired with benefits. I'm going to need some more benefits after a couple of years from now. But at this particular point, I got my own benefits. I worked hard for it. And I ain't had no problem going to work every day for 36 years. So, moral of the story is, everything that's golden is not golden. These guys who used to play with Boys and Men, ask what they're doing now. Just ask what they're doing now. And I'm cool with some of them. I'm cool with all of them, per se. I'm cool with all of them. But they don't look to be in a position of being, like, superstars anymore. They might be playing with other people, might be playing with other groups, but none of them have an album out. They might have played on an album, but none of them put an album out. None of them are Grammy members. None of them ever wrote a song. None of them part of BMI. None of them are producers. None of them have any memberships. Nobody did anything. None of them. And all them years, and now still to this day, they still playing with people. And now these people are like 80, 90 years old, and they playing with them. Like these people are, they not has-beens to people who like oldies and want to see 80, 90 years old on stage. I don't want to see an 80 and 90 year old on stage. I want to see somebody my age on stage. Or less. Or less. I'm gonna see young people coming up. I'm going to see young people who coming up concerts. I'm not going to see these older guys. I mean, they done had their time, but they got to keep working because they don't have pensions. Now, major record label group people should be in a union, but maybe their union ran out. They got to be up here hustling. Bobby Brown, they got to do shows. They ain't got no money. Only person got money out of Bobby Brown's and Michael Bibb. And that's because he invested in Boys and Men. He made his money. I think he invested in a couple other artists. So he got money. The rest of them ain't got no money. Trans Van and all them, they might have saved some money, but they still got to go on tour. Bruh, if I was the age of 62, I like going on stage because I just like going on stage. I'm a performer. That's why I do. I'm an entertainer. I do that anyway. Just by what I do, outside of the studio with the acting and modeling and stuff. So I'm used to being in front of a camera. I had no problem with that. And I still can dance a little bit. So I'm good with that. But I'm saying, man, I don't want to be looked up as a has-been. I don't want to know that, hey, one time Rod's was a millionaire. Now he's making $800 a night. I'm just thankful for where I am, man. I'm thankful for the decisions I made. I'm thankful for my mother and father not letting me get involved in some things that I kind of got involved in. Always tell y'all the story about Evelyn Champagne King and Theodore Life and their management who tried to get us to, go on tour with Evelyn Champagne King. And my mom and dad was like, no, how you going to go to school? This ain't no Michael Jackson situation. Ain't nobody going to have tutors on a bus tutoring you. My mom and dad said absolutely not. My mom and dad said absolutely not. My other boy, he was going to go. And my other man, I think his mom said he was cool because he already had an older brother in the business. So it's easy for his mom. All right, cool, where you can go. He's a little bit more mature than us anyway. But as far as me, my mom and dad said absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's all right. My mom was cool with it. But, I mean, as far as, like, what I decided to do, tell you my story about, I was supposed to be like a freaking math major scientist going to Central High School in 1973. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to play music. I wanted to play music all my life. So, and here we go. 40 years later, and I'm still doing it. But Rod, what did you accomplish? Everything that I wanted to accomplish. Half them guys, if any of them, don't even have a studio. And all the time they play with people whatsoever, they don't have a legitimate studio. And like I said, they're not Grammy members, they're not anything. They just, what they were left with. They're byproducts of how the music industry uses people until they don't need you no more than you out. Like I said, my man, I really admire him for jumping out when he knew they wasn't paying him what he was worth. He was like, man, get out of here, I'm good. Or the rest of them cats, they didn't want to work anyway. Obviously, that's why they went with the band. Them guys never worked. I'm not disparaging them because they decided not to work all their lives and never have a job and just always play music. That's fine if that's your hustle. But I mean, when you get older, you're going to be wishing you had Social Security whatsoever. You never put anything in the Social Security, you don't get no money in Social Security. So how do you get along? And you're my age, and you're 62 years old, and most of these guys either entering 62 or about to be 62. Now you're going to be reliant on the government. Now for me, I get a pension, and I deserve that because I earned that. And Social Security, I earned that too. I paid into the system. So what are these guys doing? So I wasn't going to be a byproduct of Hollywood or any record labels whatsoever. I never wanted to be on a record label, just like I said in that song. Never. I tried. Hey, no, I ain't going to say that. That would be a lie. That would be a mistruth. When I was 18, I was going to the Navy. Just before I left to the Navy, I tried to get with Philly International Records. And I had my man take some songs down to them Negroes talking about where to hook at. I guess they didn't know I was ahead of the time because I ain't got to work that hard. They was making dynamic songs down there. Of course, they had the OJs, Teddy Pendergrass. They were making great, great masterpieces of songs. I got that. But look at music now. What music is now is what I was doing back then. You ain't got to work that hard. Play a couple chords, make it make sense, make everything flow, get the beat popping, and that's all you got to do. And I'm still not trying to be a millionaire. I could care less about being a millionaire. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be a millionaire and have to mess around and lose it because of some dumb stuff. You got to pay taxes on a millionaire. You got different responsibilities for me. You got people trying to steal your money. You got family want to get some money. You got all that when you become a millionaire. Ain't nobody come over here and get nothing from me. No family, nobody. They ain't got nothing to give from me because I ain't got nothing to give them. And everything I did right here, I earned myself. Within my whole network of my family, I'm the only one that's ever done this. Only one. No one's even come close to doing what I'm doing now. In my entire family, my mother wasn't a musician. My father wasn't a musician. Nobody in my family is a musician except me. Nobody. I blazed my own trail. I am where I am now because of the heavenly, his mercy and grace, and me believing in me. From picking up the guitar for the first time, they say, man, guitar is boring. I want to play bass too. And then picked up the bass. Then I played the drums because they used to leave all the instruments when we used to rehearse. They used to leave all the instruments at my house. And I used to live on Fox Street, 24th and Allegheny, Fox Street is where I lived at. And I had this, my dad bought a crib that had this basement. It had a bar in it. And there was so much room down there that, you know, we can put we can practice down there. You know, my dad wanted me, like I said, he wanted me to be a scientist. So when I decided to like drop out of Central, he was not happy with me. He was bragging about how his son was going to be very smart because he was around a lot of Caucasian people, and his son was down Central. And and I understand. I understand my pops. I understand what he was saying. Come on, man. You could be the first one in my family, in his family, in his lineage, to really do something in life. Yeah, I am the first one in his family. Of all the HOLLs, OMANs, have done anything in his family, I'm the only one that's done what I've done. So even though he might not have agreed back then when I jumped out of Central, because I was like, I'm tired of doing the bookworm thing. I was smart enough to get in Central at the freaking age of freaking before ninth grade, I could have gotten Central. I went to charter schools. They wanted me to come to a charter school. They was begging me, can you please go to French charter? We want you to come to French charter. Okay, we go up there. I look around. I don't want to do this. I'm going to play music. So tell your children, like I would have told my children that I had, you can make your own decisions. I'm going to chime in because I'm taking care of you. And again, I went against my dad. He wanted me to do that. So what had happened was, when I knew our relationship was somewhat fractured at that point, you know what I did after that? Joined the Navy. They didn't send me to the Navy. Mom and Pop, they didn't even know I was going to the Navy. Got home one day, I'm going in the Navy. Why? Because I was coming home one day and I told a story. I'll give y'all a whole big synopsis of my life. I told the story. I got to get ready to get out of here, though. Told the story of one day I came home. I was like 18. We was drinking. Now, I had bought this car from my friend's sister. I was riding around with the plates and everything. We driving around drunk as a skunk, man. Freaking 18 years old. And I got back in. My pop was waiting at the door. He's like, well, look, give me the keys. Because you're not going to be coming to my house any old time you want now that you done graduated out of high school. And when he said that, never challenged me. Never. Nobody. Open mic, wannabe, Philly phenomenons. Nobody can challenge me. Not a musician can challenge me. Can nobody challenge me because you ain't on this level. I'm on a different level. Not as far as what I play and stuff like that. No, there's awesome players up there. And if I put a band together, I'm looking for them awesome players. I get another guitar player before I play guitar. I'd rather get up and try to sing. I know some great musicians out here that kill some drums, basses, what. And I know who I ain't saying on that level. I'm saying on the level that I can take and reign my own homes, reign in my own life and do what I wanted to. When I went to the Navy, a lot of people I know ain't never been in the Navy in their life. Maybe they never had any intention of doing it. But I can say I did it. I can say I served my country, whether some people believe you should do it or not. Chuck D said he would never have joined the Navy. Fine, that's great. But you can ask what Chuck D doing now. Does he have a pension? You get Social Security? Did he pay into the system? What are you doing now? I mean, I'm even getting military stuff. I'm getting a little bit of military thing every month. Once a month, I get a little military hit. I don't know what's wrong with people nowadays. People like to just glamorize people. I don't expect people to glamorize me. I don't expect people to say, Raj, you know what, man, that's heavy, bruh. That's heavy. Maybe I'll try to get my child to emulate you. Not because I don't want, if I was looking at RaJuR and I had a child and this child wanted to be in the music, I'm sending him to RaJuR because I might know him as a friend. I know he's going to treat him right. He ain't going to be doing no Diddy initiate. He ain't going to be doing no freak camp initiations. He ain't going to be doing that. RaJuR's going to take somebody's child and show him the ropes and to give him an opportunity to get down and pop off. Like that people I put on my albums. Like the people I put on my albums, they never been on an album in their life. Never been on an album in their life. I put them down on the album. How many people could say they put somebody on an album in Philly, just in Philly alone? They would never have done that because they don't think about nobody but themselves. So they're not gonna do an album and grab a homie from the hood and say, look, man, I really like your talent. I'm gonna do an album, man. Make sure you on that album. Name one person that came out of Philly that did that. Frankie Beverly just got a street. Good for him. He know a Philly dude. I got that. Actually G-Town. He G-Town guy. That's cool. But he deserved it. But he already had people in his band that was from the hood. So that's what it was. But he ain't grabbed nobody else. He might have known a great singer who lived down North Philly. Yo, I heard you sing. Let me put you on this album. How many people in Philly, that's why a lot of people who came from Philly don't even live in Philly anymore. I was starting on this story the other day and I stopped it because I got hemmed up in something else. My thought went someplace else. Because all the things I do in my life, my mind is always, man, going on. I got to worry about acting on Friday, modeling job maybe next week. I want to get back here starting on my album. I got to go out here and take some clothes to the spot to see if I can get some money back on some of this expensive stuff I bought and not wearing anymore. I got 5,000 things, making dinner tonight. My man coming over. I'm going to make a song for his son. I got 1,000 things to do when I'm retired. It's not jumping on the plane and going here and seeing this place. I don't need to see no places that right here. Because when I'm gone, that place still going to be there. I'm here to leave a legacy. I am not here to do anything. And y'all going to know my legacy. Your child's going to know my legacy because YouTube ain't going nowhere. All this stuff that I really don't, I just use because I think it's a vehicle for me to try to get my thing popping off. It's still going to be here. It ain't going to be here like it should be here hundreds of years from now. I might be controlling people in the brain, all kinds of people walking around like robots. I don't know. But I'm leaving a legacy. How many people you know can say they're leaving a legacy? I'm not talking about, and people think because you have a children, you have a children, you leave a legacy. How many people got children in jail? Whether they're there because of their fault, whether they're there because they're innocent. How many parents had people in jail? How many parents were those children who Diddy was boning up and young girls? Where were their parents at? Don't ever try to use your child as a point of legacy because you never know what your child going to end up doing. And for people who children ended up in that situation, they children made up their mind because that's probably the way they was brought up. They probably didn't have a father, more than likely than not, because their father probably in jail. So they didn't have nobody to look up to. So they went and ran to Diddy. They went to these freaking caves and getting boned out and all kinds of stuff, Epstein Island, and Jaguar got to go and grab people off Epstein Island and be their mother for them because their mother had sold them out. Y'all heard about the mother and the parents that was selling the kids out? Right? Beyonce's mother and father sold her out to Jay-Z. For the money. For the money. Kanye sacrificed his mom. For the money. He admitted it. He knew they were going to come after his mom. For the money. After he did that, what did he end up? Balenciaga. Blah, 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 his own shoe. All that stuff. Y'all shouldn't be wearing his shoes for the fact that he sacrificed his mom. I ain't gonna lie, there's a pair of Yeezys that I like. But, and I was gonna buy them for the right price. I ain't gonna front. But for real, if you looked at that, all you would say is, okay, well, yeah, he ain't mean to sacrifice his mom. A lot of y'all sacrificing your parents by not doing what you're supposed to do to uphold the legacy of your parents. And whether your parents had a legacy or not, a lot of y'all are really embarrassing to your mothers and fathers. No matter where they are, whether they're in your life, a lot of y'all didn't grow up with a mother and father. A majority of you, probably 75% of you people that might know me, I might know, didn't grow up with a mother and father. So you didn't have that. You didn't have that thing that made you reason in the right way. And it's okay. Not everybody had that. But that doesn't give you an excuse to get caught up in some craziness. My man Scoob calling. Hold on. What's going on, Scooby-Doo? Absolutely, bro. I'm sitting up here getting set up. Well, I'm sitting up. I got to make a run, but by the time y'all get here, everything going to be up.
All right, cool.
Who coming? Who coming?
Me and my dad.
All right, bet. That'll work. All right.
All right.
Six?
Cool.
Yeah,
6.
6 is good. Then after that, maybe we go around RaJuR and have a drink and look at some karaoke night or something. Who knows?
Yeah, bars.
Bars meet juice. Holla. Bars.
All right, let me chop my pot.
Yes, sir. Beef. Now, this is a young man right here. He's coming over. And his dad, me and his dad tight. His dad bought me in the Scepter in the yard. And he retired after me, believe it or not. He was here before me, but he retired after me. And he was a supervisor. He went to the supervision thing. He went to babysit grown people. But that he didn't really go. He didn't really go to babysit grown people. He actually went there to get that money, and I got that. Because when he started babysitting grown people, he really didn't care. He just wanted them dollars. So I admire him for that. There was like 7 people at one time. There's nobody here, and I understand that because I might have said something that might have ticked you off or might have been true to you. But again, if you go over that mother and father, or you're in a position that you don't have anything that's going to show your legacy, because your mother and father can't be your legacy, and your children can't be your legacy. A lot of people like to live off their children. Look at my child. Look at my child. But again, how many men are in prison right now? A lot of y'all don't have a child to talk about. Look at my child to stand up for you. Again, whether it's their fault or whether they're not, whether they're victimizations or whether they're criminals, it don't matter. They're not there. You have to set your own legacy. Start today to set your own legacy. Don't walk around trying to clout off somebody else's stuff. Stop doing other people's stuff. I mean, it's good if you got to do other people's stuff. That's how people get by. But take the other people's inspiration. Take the other people's, whatever their hustle is, and make your own hustle. I know people who doing that. You know, and I look at them as nice hustlers. I like people who hustle. I mean, I like people who hustle. But I'm into the creative part of hustling. I want to know the people who want to learn how to play an instrument, learn how to draw, learn how to write a song, learn how to write a book. I know a young lady, her mom very inspirational. And her children's cool. Her children's cool. All of them successful. And me and her used to date at one time. Well, I ain't gonna call it a date. Me and her had a relationship one time. I don't do dating. Dating is dumb, right? But all her children turned out to be excellent. Unfortunately, their dad was in a catastrophic accident, and that's why he wasn't around. Other than that, he would probably still been with them to this day. But they ended up being great. Both of them doing great. In fact, all 3 of them doing great. One wrote a book. That's why I brought that up. One just wrote a book. It's on Amazon. The other was an architectural engineer. And I forgot her daughter is either a teacher or something like that. And they didn't have a father around, but they did have a father at one time. All I'm saying to y'all is, like my man who's about to come over here with his son just called me. We went for 6 today. They coming over. Because I'm going to show his son how to do this. His son's a nice bass player. He learned how to play bass. You know, like I said, hopefully I inspire him. Because he see me play bass. He see when I play bass, I'm on the stage. I'm enjoying myself. When you see him, check out Jada Fate. Look up Jada space Fete. And that's my man's son's band. And they be playing. When they jam, they be jamming. But he play bass, and he definitely be jamming. And he rap, he spit. I want to put him down. That's my man. That's my brother from another mother's son. He's a son I don't have. So he called me uncle. I never had anybody really call me uncle. Even children that I raised, I ain't want them to call me Uncle Raj, because I wasn't really their uncle. But this young man, I feel like I can be his uncle. I feel like I can be there for him. Because he doing what I do, I want to help him do. I want to help him be better. I want to help him produce music. I want to show him how to produce a song, and I'm going to let him get down. That's what I'm going to do. A lot of you are offered, especially people on Facebook, let your child come over here, no Diddy freak off camps, none of that craziness. And a lot of you turned it down, especially females, because the thing about females, they don't have a father, they don't have a man anymore, in other words. Their children have a father. They're trying to make up by being the father for them children. And they done brought men through. They didn't have like 5 uncles, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. Now they look at their mom like, psh, she got an uncle every week. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing to stand up to. Let's take the opportunity to stop. You know what I mean? They don't have nobody to look up to. You know what I mean? Only man they're going to look up to is some guy who's going to take them to a Diddy party. I'm just here to be an example of what the heavenly allowed me to do. That's all I can say. He saved me from a lot of darkness. He saved me from sickness. He saved me from operations I was supposed to have, and I ain't had to have them because of he. Come on, man. I think the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit each and every day. Every day. I know when I forgot to get on my knees and pray, because I'll do it right now if I forgot, but I won't forget. Might not be the first thing I do, but I'm going to do it before the day is out, because I believe. I ain't out there just talking all that, God, this, God, that. No, I can show you better than I can tell you about it. I ain't a preacher. Ain't nobody out there faking the funk. Ain't nobody talking about they do this and do that, come to find out. Diddy wearing crosses. Diddy's wearing crosses probably while he was beating them girls behind. He's wearing a cross. I see y'all wearing crosses. They don't mean nothing to me. Y'all ain't no better than Diddy. Y'all are really, truly can just turn around and be the same person Diddy could be or not. But wearing a cross means nothing to me that you wear a cross. Talking about God and saying, oh my God, every 5 minutes definitely is the worst thing you can do around me. So stop it. Find your own legacy. Grow up. Create something of your own. Create something of your own. Create it. I'm here to help you create it. Whether you're a young buck, whether you're old head. Raj, I want to make my own song. Come on and get it. It ain't going to be free, but come on and get it. At least you can say it's something that you did. A lot of you ain't going to like this video. It's okay. I don't do videos for people to like me, obviously. Barely people even come to this channel. It's okay. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here to give you information. And if you don't like my politics, it is what it is. I don't care about you liking my politics or not. All you know is, I don't use profanity. I ain't use a profane word since I've been talking to you. You can't find a profane word on YouTube except early in the game when I started doing this. I did it because I thought that would get more people. I don't use profanity. Y'all hear that rap I did? Not a profane word in it. And the dude said, yo, man, you did a rap and you ain't used no profanity.
What is popping? RaJuR D cool back in the lab. Had to get something off my chest.
I'm going to play this and I'll be out. Take care of yourself.
And I hope my friend likes it. Hey, buddy, this is for you.
The open mic. Philly open mic. Mafia.
RaJuR D cool.
Oh, they think they control stuff.
This track. Yeah, Philly got the recognize or not. It don't make a difference. We know what we do back here in the lab. Rock the House Studios, the Hollow Media Group, LLC. Cheer, this intro is old fire. I can make a diss track in about an hour. In fact, I wrote the third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They claim they didn't know I'd be in my 10 albums. How in the world did the Grammys hear your vocals? RaJuR really cool, always putting on the locals. I show support, then they treat me like a joker. Wait for the mic, cause they know I'm gonna smoke. You told me on the phone that I couldn't be a feature, but when your crowd's on E, it's RaJuR, I need you. You used to be king, now you're begging for donations. And at the same time, I'm in heavy rotation. I became who I am for this exact reason. While working 36 to 100,000 yearly easy. Working for the majors, cause they say they need me. Building up a pension, the heavenly precedes me.
Do it. I ain't want to do it. They made me do it. I didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to write this, my music ain't no ditty. I never signed a record deal because it's itty. Now I'm accomplished, I found I had these haters. It's time to leave filthy more sooner than later. Once upon a time you used to call me to the stage. Make some stupid intros trying to take my clout away. Limiting my time after waiting 2 hours. Turning down my walk around, you gotta take my power. Who told you was funny? Nobody's laughing. Dressing like you couldn't find a fitted KG fashion. I'm looking on the interwebs, I couldn't find your profile. They was old school artists, I hope they change your lifestyle. Show up in my lab, oh Raj, can you help me? I show up at the mic, you proceed to disrespect me. Trying to be a legend, a Philly hoop phenomenon. The least you can do is try to set you up a Patreon. Say, y'all.
I didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it, y'all.
I didn't want to do it.
What? No.
Hey,
Maybe you have to do it.
I didn't want to do it. Me do it.
How many times do I need to feed the tip jar? Hoping that $1 will help you play the band. Nah, I was getting weak, could you play the same old riffs? But when you want to step it up, I give you some free tips. It's getting really corny with these open mic monopolies. Full of you two wannabes feeling they got power. Obvious you haven't done an album in forever. Never. Thought I'd try to use another language you understand. How many open mics will do until you run out of land? 2 years ago they let you go, you're struggling ever since. Thought that will humble you, old dog, same tricks. I can make a diss track in about an hour. In fact, I wrote the third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They claim they didn't know I'd be in my 10 albums. At the mixing board, putting an ad-lib in.
I guess you want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Get it?
I didn't want to do it.
We gonna see how far them clown shows go.
Do it. power.
will be forever.
You would think that they make it make their money.
Hey, yeah. La 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 la
La la.
la 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 la.
I guess they're pretty rich. Maybe I should start my own open mic.
Hollow me the
I
studio.
don't know.
Jamming in the studio. Make
I
this
think I'll
track.
just go out to the burbs and start showing my talent.
Much too easy.
Yeah.
They
Chill.
made
RaJuR D cool.
Remix.
They dropped this track. Yeah, Philly got to recognize or not. Yeah, make a difference. We know what we do back here in the lab. Rock the House Studios, the Hollow Media Group, LLC. Chill. This intro is all fire.
wanna do it.
Remix. I can make a diss track about an hour. In fact, I wrote this third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They claim they didn't know I'd be in my 10 hours. How in the world did the Grammys hear your vocals? RaJuR D cool, always putting on the locals. I show support, then they treat me like a joker. Wait for the mic, cause they know I'm gonna smoke 'em. They told me on the phone that I couldn't be a feature, but when your crowd's on E, it's RaJuR, I need you. You used to be king, now you're back for donation. And at the same time, I'm in heavy rotation. I became who I am for this exact reason. While working 36, 100,000 yearly easy. Working for the majors, cause they said they need me. Building up a pension, the heavenly precedes me.
Do it.
Remix.
They made me do it. I didn't wanna do it. I didn't wanna do it. Hey, I
Remix.
didn't wanna write this. My music ain't no ditty. I never signed a record deal because it just was itty. Now I'm accomplished. I found I had these haters. It's time to leave filthy more sooner than later. Once upon a time, you used to call me to the stage, making stupid intros trying to take my clout away. Limited my time after waiting 2 hours. Turning down my walk around, you gotta take my power. Who told you you was funny?
Remix.
Nobody's laughing. Dressing like you couldn't find a fitted KG fashion. I'm letting know in the interwebs I couldn't find your profile. Play with old school artists. I hope they change your lifestyle. Show up in my lab. Oh, Raj, can you help me? I show up at the mic. You proceed to disrespect me. Trying to be a legend, a Philly hoop phenomenon. The least you can do is try to set you up a Patreon. Hey,
Trying to say, y'all. Remix.
I didn't want to do it, y'all.
Do it.
What?
Tell you have to do it. Yeah. Me do it. Do it. How many times do I need to beat the tip jar? Hoping that $1 will help you play the band. I was getting weak, cause you play the same old riffs. So when you want to step it up, I give you some free tips. It's getting really corny with these open mic monopolies. Full of used to wannabes, feeling they got power. Obvious you haven't done an album in forever. Never. Thought I'd try to use another language you understand. How many open mics will do until you run out of land? 2 years ago they let you go, you're struggling ever since. But that will humble you, old dog, same tricks. I can make a diss track about an hour. In fact, I wrote this third verse chilling in the shower. People want to know if I possess some superpowers. They claim they didn't know I'd be in my 10 albums. They made live remix. Me do it. RaJuR D cool. Get it. I guess you wonder where I've been. RaJuR remix, Let's take a long one. Let's take a long one. Mafia. It'll be the open mic mafia. Open mic mafia. Support you. Open mic mafia. Hey, the open mic mafia. I ain't the only one. The open mic mafia. Go. Open mic mafia. The open mic mafia. I ain't the only one. Jamming in the studio. Open mic track. It's much too easy. I ain't the only one complaining about the open mic mafia. No matter where they at. North, west, east, south Philly. Don't matter. Outside of Philly. Don't matter. Yeah. I'm just standing up for them like Jaguar Wright. Standing up for those who are manipulated by Puff Pity and Skip Skitty. I'm here for the people who tired of open mic mafia. Yeah. Step your game up. Be fair to people while keep making songs.